So hey guys, I was trying to act like Chubby there, but it's actually just me, Frosty, with
Magic.
Atkst.
Yeah. We're doing a box opening.
We are doing a box
Of
opening.
conspiracy.
Take the crown away from the silly creature.
Boop.
There, gone. Be gone. And now we have new
Putting it on
champion.
backwards. Good job.
Well, very well. The new crown. He doesn't really work because he can't look up.
It's true. He's too sad and depressed to look up.
Supposed to be a panda though. So I mean, yeah. Anyways, why do we have so many stuffed animals here?
So why not?
You guys are weird.
We got the cool crown even.
We
for
did
the
get the
games.
cool crown, but that's not what we're here to see. I mean, if it is, then I guess this video is done. But I know most people are probably wanting to actually see this, so let's jump straight to it, shall we?
Lay them all out.
I am laying them all out because if I'm going first, I'm doing it my way, and no one can tell me otherwise. There we go.
See, there's your human. There's Marchesa. I think that was her name. Something like that. You got a few humans mixed in there.
Morchesa?
Marchesa.
Oh, Marchesa. I like Morticia better. Reminds me of the Addams Family, you know? So,
Kind of. Wow. I mean, I can kind of see the resemblance even.
yes, I can see it. So,
And the
first
pinstripes
pack,
is something that they'd wear.
last pack. So, obviously, in order to piss most people off, I'm going to start with the last pack.
Because it has all the luck.
No,
Because it's the last one.
I've seen some
Just
of...
get the disappointment over with.
I've seen some of the videos that you and Chubby have posted, and I see a lot of flaming, and so I too wish to join in on this.
You wish to be insulted? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I wouldn't go so far as insulted, but I'm going to skip through the comments. I'm assuming that's a thing that we do.
Comments are not too exciting.
And
They're common.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they are common, so I can get to the uncommons. We'll go through them a little bit, and
God's willing, anyway.
so our first uncommon, we've got a burn away. Instant burn away. Deals 6 damage to target creature. Wow. When that creature dies this turn, exile all cards from its controller's graveyard.
Interesting.
That's a 5 mana. It's a little expensive, but 6 damage. Pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Next, we've got Shimmering Grotto. Land. Add generic to your mana pool, or pay 1 to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
You add colorless. Costs are generic. Mana is colorless.
This game is so confusing, man. Next, we've got a Noble Banneret. Creature, 3/3, 4 mana. Draft Noble Banneret face up. As you draft a creature card, you may reveal it. Note its name, then turn Noble Banneret face down. As long as you control one or more creatures with a name you noted for cards named Noble Banneret, Noble Banneret, and those creatures get +1/+1 and have lifelink. That was actually kind of difficult to read. I don't know why. But we've got, for the next card, a Legendary Inquisition of Kozilek.
It's legendary?
It's
Rare?
rare. It's the gold one. It's the gold symbol.
Inquisition of Kozilek is a good card.
Is it now?
It was up from uncommon in Rise of the Eldrazi, but
It's
pretty pricey still.
It sounds
This will help bring the price a little bit more manageable.
It does sound very familiar to me for some reason. But it is 1 black, and it's a rare sorcery. Target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it with converted mana cost 3 or less. That player discards that card. And we've got a Natural Unity. Not too
It's
exciting.
conspiracy.
Yeah. And I'm the Monarch.
You're the Monarch.
The Monarch. Wicked. I think we're done here.
You got the crown. You're good.
I got the crown. I am good.
Doo-doo.
Alright, so going to our next pack, the second last, or you know what, I decided let's go for the first pack instead.
Just gonna alternate.
I might just grab them in random order, so
So it's just aggravating for all those.
to everyone, including myself. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. So, Child Knight, Cloak Siren, Fury Hell, Stormcloak Patrol, Strength Numbers, Messenger Jays, the commons. And for uncommons, we've got Ascended Law Mage, Shimmering Grotto once again, and again, a Noble Banneret. I wonder, this pack seems awful familiar to me. Let's see what the next card is, shall we? We've got a rare, but it's Selvalla's Stampede. 6 mana, sorcery, Council's Dilemma. Starting with you, each player votes for wild or free. Reveal the cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card for each wild vote. Put those creature cards onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest into your library. You may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield for each free vote.
It's a pretty interesting card. I like how the votes actually matter now. That was like the one big problem I had, is that in the other one, your vote may sometimes not even matter. Because it could get to you in a multiplayer game, and it'd be 3 votes for one choice, and then it doesn't matter what you vote for.
This isn't a democracy. What I say goes.
Saying that for each vote, an effect happens, as opposed to just whatever got most votes.
I suppose. For the next card, we got a foil, Fleeting Distraction. And
it's pretty distracting. It's foil. It's shiny.
It is very shiny, actually. Actually, it's really shiny.
Shiny!
And what's this? We've got a Mythic Sovereign's Realm.
Interesting. You got a Mythic Conspiracy. That's your first Mythic.
Cool. Too bad it's a conspiracy. But it is, once again, a conspiracy card. Start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. Your deck can't have basic land cards, and your starting hand size is 5. Exile a card from your hand. This turn, you may play a basic land cards from outside the game. Basic lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
Fancy.
I wonder if all the conspiracy cards are just mythic.
Nah. There's common, uncommon,
are there?
And mythic.
I don't know anything about the set, but I have an assassin. Which in itself is pretty cool.
But you already got the crown. You don't need someone to assassinate. You already stole the crown.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I guess anyone who tries to steal the crown will be assassinated.
So, eeny, miny, miny, you. I have a feeling people are cringing at me and never want me to do this again. In fact,
Chubby goes away.
Chubby goes away, everything falls apart.
Everything falls apart.
Everything. So...
we have to get Frosty out of the basement.
Once again, we got our uncommons. And starting with our first uncommon, we got Acrone, Hoplite. Sounds familiar for some reason. I'm not sure. A Spy Kit. Ooh.
Spy Kit.
Yeah.
So you're spying people, you're assassinating them, and you're stealing their crown.
You're absolutely right. And we've also got Havenghoul Vampire. Looks... let's not get into that.
Does he look like a vampire?
Maybe from Twilight? Maybe worse. And for our next card, we got a rare Custody Lich. 5 mana, creature, zombie clerk. It's a 4/2. And when Custody Lich enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Whenever you become the monarch, target player sacrifices a creature. And following it up, we've got a foil, rare Pariah.
Pariah! I love this card.
It's a 3 mana enchantment aura. You enchant creature. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to an enchanted creature instead. That's kind of cool.
Best used with Stuffy Doll.
I can actually guess what that does. Funny enough. And for a conspiracy card, we've got an uncommon Natural Unity. Hit an agenda, start the game with this conspiracy face down, yada yada. Creatures you control with the chosen name have, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay a forest. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
Pretty fancy.
And goblins. Can't go wrong with goblins. Eeny.
Fascinating.
Yeah, well, I mean...
he just got bored. It's like, oh, I could do that.
Uncommons. And starting with... Okay, there we go. We've got a Dismiss.
You're dismissed.
We've got... Okay, see ya. We've got Marchesa's Decree. Coiling Oracle. Ooh.
Can never go wrong with Coiling Oracle.
And for our next card, we've got a rare Duskmantle Seer. 4 mana, creature, vampire, wizard. That is a horrible combination. It's a 4/4 flying. And at the beginning of your upkeep, each player reveals the top card of his or her library, loses life equal to that card's converted mana cost, then puts it into his or her hand.
It's like a big bump, except not as good because it gives your opponent's card advantage.
I can still see it having maybe a merit or two. And for our conspiracy card, we've got Driana's Valor. Whenever a creature you control with the chosen name attacks, you may pay a white. If you do, that creature gains indestructible until end of turn. And we've got a soldier. Nothing too fancy. Anyways, going on with our next pack here. As soon as I'm able to open it. We've got our commons. And starting with Hail of Arrows for uncommons.
A hill?
A hail.
A hail of arrows.
Yes.
A hill made of arrows would
I'm
be
starting to slur
much
my
worse.
words. I haven't been sleeping much lately. Gang of Devils. Merfolk Looter. And a rare 100-handed one. And I've seen this card before. Is this a reprint or something?
Yes, he's a reprint.
Anyways, 4 mana, creature giant. It's a 3/5 with vigilance. You can pay 6 mana for monstrosity 3. And as long as 100-handed 1 is monstrous, it has reach and can block an additional 99 creatures each combat.
So clearly he only starts with one hand, even though the art depicts him with more than one hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're not even attached. The arms seriously aren't even attached to anything, so... And for
That's why you can block them so easily, because the hands could just be anywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we've got Assemble the Rank and Vile for our conspiracy card. Creatures you control with the chosen name have, when this creature dies, you may pay a black. If you do, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped.
Brains.
And the construct, which is actually kind of cool. Going on to our third pack in the pile. Not third pack general, just in the pile. Because that's not confusing at all.
No.
I'm going in random orders.
No, it's not at all confusing.
Is it all confusing though?
It's all confusing.
Yeah, well. Anyways, commons, uncommons. We've got Farbog, Bone Flinger.
He flings his bones all over the place.
Marchesa's Decree, once again. Coiling Oracle, again. And we've got Paliano Vanguard. 2 mana, creature, human soldier, 2/2. You draft Paliano Vanguard face up. As you draft a creature card, you may reveal it. Note its creature type, then turn Paliano's Vanguard face down. Other creatures you control of a type you noted 4 cards named Paliano Vanguard get +1/+1.
Cool.
It's kind of neat, actually. And we've got a Hired Heist. Whenever a creature card you control with the chosen name deals combat damage to a player, you may pay an island. If you do, draw a card. And we have, once again, the Monarch.
Doo-doo.
Every time?
Every time.
Next, we haven't chosen anything from over here, so...
Are you really going by random chance?
I wouldn't say random chance.
Just by whatever you feel like?
Pretty much, play it by ear. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
One of the packs contains a bomb.
Maybe. And also probably losing to only, like, what, 200 subscribers? Nessie on N.as for our first uncommon. Coordinated Assault. Coveted Peacock. Interesting.
It's very coveted.
Indeed it is. And we have a rare Keeper of Keys. 5 mana, 4/4. When Keeper of Keys enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Lots of ways to become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the Monarch, creatures you control can't be blocked this turn. Not bad. Typical blue card, unblockable.
Yeah.
And we've got a foil Garrulous Sycophant. It's a creature, foil, nothing overly fancy really. But our conspiracy card is Assemble the Rank and Vile. Once again. And a zombie that seems to have his head trapped.
In a birdcage.
Birdie.
Despite all his rage, he's just a head in a cage. See, but that's not random enough, because you pick the second pack here and then the second pack over there.
Didn't
it's
notice.
like mirrored. Slipping.
Interesting. Slipping, he says. First uncommon is Deadly Designs. Fleshbag Marauder.
Can never go wrong with the fat zombie.
No, you really can't. They're scary, man. They blow up when you kill them. Everybody knows that. And we've also got a Storm Chaser Chimera, which looks pretty cool, actually.
But he's a storm chaser, so he's clearly a conspiracy theorist. That's probably why he's in conspiracy. He chased the tornado all the way into a massive conspiracy.
And for our rare, we got a Protector of the Crown, 6 mana, 2/5. When Protector of the Crown enters the battlefield, you once again become the Monarch. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to Protector of the Crown instead.
It's pretty good at protecting the crown, because if they can't damage you, they can't steal the crown.
And we've got, once again, another Marchesa's Decree, but this one is foil.
Therefore better.
Therefore vastly superior than all the other decrees. Marchesa's decrees. And for...
Sure makes a lot of decrees.
Yeah, no kidding. And for our conspiracy, we got Echoing Boom. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets a creature you control with the chosen name, you may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy. Followed with a soldier.
A weird soldier. He's a 1/2, as opposed to the usual 1/1s. Oh no, he's shuffling them all up.
You did this. You. This was all on you. It's your fault completely. And I know you hate it because you like symmetry.
True.
I know you're probably going to...
Putting the stack on the top is like the worst thing.
I know, you're probably going to kill me after this. I like how you're cringing at me. I like how you're pulling out your knife again.
Let's just use just use stacks like normal people.
First uncommon for this pack, we've got Affigard Hound. With a Coordinated Assault and a Coveted Peacock, which seems to be happening a lot now.
Well, it escaped again, yeah.
Yeah, well... And we've got a rare Dragon Lair Spider for 2/4 6 mana. Creature Spider, 5/6 with reach because it's a spider.
It's a spooter.
Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 green insect creature token onto the battlefield.
Very good multiplayer.
I absolutely hate to test spiders, but in Magic the Gathering, I remember spiders were always annoying, mostly because of reach. And that extra defensive stat.
That's true. They're big and scary in fantasy worlds.
Ooh, we've got a Fang of the Pack. This reminds me of a Spellweaver card. I mean, completely irrelevant here, but it's a foil one, so it looks awesome.
It's shiny.
It's man's best friend, Fang of the Pack, 5/3, shiny. And for our conspiracy card, we've got Incendiary Descent. Creatures you control with the chosen name have red one, fire, mountain.
Red.
Mountain, red. That color. That one. This creature gets +1/+0 until the end of turn.
Go fire breathing.
And the Monarch. Oh, you haven't missed a single cue.
I knew you weren't taking the top one. Mental preparation.
All right.
So you got a Mythic Conspiracy, but no Mythics yet. You're slipping.
I already got the Mythic Conspiracy. What else do I need? Other than a Stone Shock Giant as our first uncommon. And a Carnage Gladiator. And a Guardian of the Gateless. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Followed up by a Mythic. Correct.
Wow.
Selvala, Heart of the Wilds, 3 mana. Legendary creature, Elf Scout. Isn't she the one on the box or something?
No.
No, maybe not the one on the box. I've just seen a picture somewhere. That one.
No.
Nope.
I think you're...
Okay, well, I'm obviously severely confused here. Elf Scout 2/3. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. You can pay 1 force, tap, add X mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. That seems awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty splashy. A lot of mana to make bigger and bigger threats.
You said wow, so I feel like maybe I shouldn't spread my fingers oils all over the card. I didn't actually touch it. Relax. For our conspiracy card, we've got a rare, Holds the Perimeter. At the beginning of your first upkeep, put a 1/2 white soldier creature token with defender onto the battlefield. At the beginning of each other player's first upkeep, that player puts a 1/1 red goblin creature token onto the battlefield with this creature can't block.
Starts a rebellion.
But most
before you even
importantly,
start the game.
We won with the goblin.
The goblin that can't even block. There you go.
The goblin that can't even block. Or be blocked. There's no blocking. Well, I don't know which one to choose.
So you're just going to shuffle them all up.
I wasn't really shuffling so much as just swirling them around.
So you only got 1 mythic. That's just not enough. It worked the first time, so I got to do it the second time.
It's not going to work now. You made me lose faith. Or give me faith. I don't know. But, I mean, we've got to dismiss.
Yeah.
I'm going to dismiss your comments. That's what I'm going to do. You fleshbag marauder.
Fed zombie. Everybody's favorite.
Storm chaser chimera. And
I feel like we got that. The two last uncommons seem to always be similar to another pack. That's weird.
It's true. Like, they're almost like... See, I'm onto something. But anyways, we've got, for our rare in this pack, a Hedron Matrix for 4 mana. It's an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is its converted mana cost. Equip 4. That does not look like an equipment to me, personally.
Well, it's because all the headruns float around and boost power, even though it's floating around in Eldrazi, and they're used against Eldrazi. It's a very weird flavor.
And for the next card in the pack, we've got a foil Bonds of Quicksilver. And for our conspiracy, we've got Adriana's Valor, which I believe I've already read.
Probably. It's not a rare conspiracy. It's like Soldier.
But you're right about the packs. Like, I've kind of been noticing that too. Like, every time... It's like that one game where you have to... The cards are laid out and then you have to flip matching pairs. And then I feel like that's what I've been doing. Kind of. With the uncommons anyways. Actually, let's find out what happens in this one.
I feel it's more like the last 2 uncommons are similar to another pack. Like, they're the same order and everything.
Oh, gotcha. For our first uncommon, first time for me seeing it anyways, Explosive Vegetation. I almost said Vegetarian.
Explosive Vegetarian?
Explosive Vegetarian.
I mean, vegetarians would be a lot cooler if they were explosive.
They'd not only be cool, there'd be much less of them, probably.
Probably.
Gang of Devils, just Explosive Vegetarians.
Our gang of devils.
Exactly,
Yeah.
precisely.
And a
Thank you.
merfolk colluder.
I'm glad you were able to follow up with that. We've also got Merfolk Colluder, and for our rare, we've got Harvester of Souls.
Harvester of Souls.
6 mana, 5/5, Death Touch. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may draw a card. I like ye. And for the next card, we've got Summoner's Bond. Whenever you cast a creature spell with one of the chosen names, you may search your library for the creature card with the other chosen name, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
For when you really need to find that combo.
Followed up with a soldier. Whoop. Eh. First uncommon in the pack is Shipwreck Singer, Carnage Gladiator, Guardian of the Gateless, and following up we have Psychosis Crawler, 5 mana, star. Psychosis Crawler's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. No, I actually kind of like this card.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I can see it having potential.
Be a big
merit.
man and slowly kills your opponent.
Exactly. And we've once again another Adriana's Valor for a conspiracy card and a dragon!
Dragon. Gonna pick the one that's different, huh?
Didn't even notice, actually. Skip through all the weaklings to get to our freak show of Mausoleum Turnkey. Mausoleum?
Sure.
Sure. Turnkey.
He turns the key. That's his job.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job. Has benefits. Irresistible Prey. Infest. And following up, we've got Rare Archdemon of Paliano. 4 mana, 5/4. Creature demon draft Archdemon of Paliano face up. As long as Archdemon of Paliano is face up, during the draft, you can't look at booster packs and must draft cards at random. After you draft 3 cards this way, turn Archdemon of Paliano face down.
So
Fine.
he's a cheap, powerful beater that screws up the rest of your picks.
Yeah, he's pretty cheap, actually. And following up, we have Hired Heist. And the Monarch.
Doo-doo.
Moving on to the next pack. What? The Monarch?
Doo-doo.
I literally opened the pack. I didn't flip anything. But okay, we're going to start from here.
That's probably the correct decision, yes.
So, going through the uncommons, I think. Yep, still uncommon. Mm-hmm.
They're common.
Sorry, common, yes. I'm saying uncommon on the commons, aren't I?
Yes,
I think I've been saying that since, like, the second pack or something.
probably.
Anyways, we've got Burn Away, Spy Kit, it's Edward, and following up with Edward, the vampire dude, we've got a Phyrexian Arena, 3 mana,
Ooh, fancy.
rare enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and you lose 1 life.
Can't go wrong with free cards.
Unless you follow it up with a rare weight advantage conspiracy card. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power.
That is a very chubby card. Both ways.
Yeah, you're right.
He really does like the toughness.
And
the
gee,
door and the siege tower.
I wonder what the next card will be. It's the Monarch.
Doo-doo.
The Monarch. The Monarch.
Doo-doo.
The Monarch?
Doo-doo.
Were all the Monarch cards like that? Because that's the
Probably.
first time I noticed it.
Probably all like that.
Goes to show how observant I can be. Let's fast forward through the commons here. I say commons this time. And our first uncommon, Explosive Vegetarians, or rather I should actually say its proper name, Vegetation. Vertigo Spawn, Animus of Predation, followed up with an Exotic Orchid.
Orchard.
I slipped up there. I was going to say orchard.
That is not a flower.
Yeah, my bad.
That is an orchard.
And it is a rare land, and you can tap to add to your mana pool 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce.
'Cause why not?
I actually kind of like that idea. I haven't seen any other lands do that, really.
There's the land that does that to you, so it adds like an extra.
But anyways, for our conspiracy card, we've got Incendiary Descent. Once again, creatures you control with the chosen name have red. This creature gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn.
You can breathe fire.
And a lizard. An 8/8 lizard.
8/8 lizard. The card that makes the 8/8 lizards fun. At least it looks that way.
And for our second last pack, what will we have? We have, starting with the uncommons, a Hail of Arrows, Vertigo Spawn, Animus of Predation, and...
Which is a cool card, by the way.
He
just opened it in the last pack, too.
Yes.
He also opened the uncommon before it in the same order. But not the first uncommon. I'm seriously weirded out by this.
I like your memory here, man. Kudos. But following up...
It's like a monkey, mammoth, bird
We've got a white, rare, Recruiter of the Guard. 3 mana, 1/1. It's a human soldier creature. And when Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
Insanely good card. Similar function to a red card that's worth about $800.
Wow. Let's assemble the rank and file. It's a conspiracy card. And zombie. Now, on to our final pack, which I will open after... No, I'm just kidding. We're not
Open
done.
a foil of this, would you?
Sure.
That'd be
I'm
great.
not in this pack. You're the one who's going to
Oh,
open
I have to do it?
it. That's no problem. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it and you'll do it. If you believe, you will succeed. Or at least so the slogan says. For our first uncommon in the final pack, we've got Serum Vision.
Card that was once worth over $10.
Nice.
Still like $6.
Not bad. Irresistible Prey, Infest, and followed up, we've got a rare Sangromancer. I'm not sure what that means, but it's a 4 mana, 3/3 flying. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you may gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may gain 3 life.
Apparently he really likes life. That's like his thing.
Her. And
She's all about that life.
following up, we've once again got another Incendiary Descent. And a Spirit. So last pack, not the most exciting, but exciting enough.
You did open a During Homunculus, which... I don't know if you can see this. He's only got 3 fingers, but he's holding up the middle finger.
Is he?
Yeah, he's fingering you.
Well, that is hilarious.
I don't know. I guess they get away with it because he's only got 3 fingers. But it's a funny card.
Anyways, over to you.
Let's just use a stack, Frosty, like normal people. It's simpler.
How many is it? How many is in that stack? I can't tell with the camera angle. Why don't you fix the camera angle? Fix it.
Commons. Our first uncommon is a Pyretic Hunter. And a Bush Strider. And a Dread Sanctuary. And the rare is Inquisition of Kozilek. That's funny. We both opened this as our first card. And it's a card that you'd quite like to open, so there we go. And I've seen we had a foil. It's a foil Summoner's Bond. Fancy. Conspiracy. Double agenda. Yeah, if you play one card of one name, you get to find the card of the other name. And the monarch. Doo-doo!
Ta-da! 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 Ta-da!
Sorry, Mr. Hoopster. You just have to put up with this abuse until Chubby gets back. And then we can bury him out in some tundra that no one will ever find him in.
You guys have problems, even more than me. I know I have problems, but you guys can't admit it.
Commons. First uncommon is a Hail of Arrows, a Dread Sanctuary, and a Hollow Hand Spirit.
Ooh.
And our rare is Kami of the Crescent Moon. It's a legendary creature, spirit. It's 1/3, 2 blue, and at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card.
Nice.
Cards for everyone. Conspiracy is Assemble the Rank and Vile.
Yeah.
Which is really epic art, but it's kind of lackluster beyond that.
That is pretty cool art. Cool art. I'm slurring my words together, and I'm not sure why. Ooh.
Commons. First uncommon is a Merfolk Sky Scout. Second uncommon is a Smuggler Captain. The first pirate in 17 years. Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's a lie.
And a Juniper Order Ranger. And our rare is Capital Punishment.
Ooh.
6 mana sorcery, Council's Dilemma. Starting with you, each player votes for death or taxes. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each death vote and discards a card for each taxes vote.
I feel like Capital Punishment is exactly what I'm going to get at once this video is released.
Probably, yes. And our foil is a Domesticated Hydra.
It's domesticated, though.
Sit, fetch, devastate. And an Incendiary Descent.
Is that your second last pack there, I see? I can't tell. It's because it's on a stack. From an overhead view of a camera.
So they got plenty.
Fair enough. I was just kidding. You can actually tell how many is in the stack.
First uncommon is Farika's Mender. Second uncommon is a Smuggler Captain. Third uncommon is a Juniper Order. See, we just opened this combo. It's weirding me out. I don't know why that is. And our rare is Charmbreaker Devils. 6 mana creature. It's a devil. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card from at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devils gets +4/+0 until end of turn.
Neato.
And a foil Fester Gloom. On black, creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn.
Yes.
I got a mythic.
Ooh.
Conspiracy. Hymn of the Wilds. Start the game with this in your command zone face up. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. You can't cast instant or sorcery spells. So you're like a turn ahead in creature curve, but you got no backup. Very good card, actually.
That was the hymn of the wild.
It wasn't very wild.
It was the Lion King is what I was humming. You cannot tell me that is not the hymn of the wild.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. Windborne Charge is our first uncommon. The Illusion of Choice is our second uncommon. Beast Within is our third uncommon. And our rare is Leovold, Emissary of Trest, a mythic. It's a legendary creature, Elf Advisor.
Ooh,
It's also
an
Sultai
advisor.
color, so it fills out the last slot in Tiny Leaders. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. Whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Doesn't seem like a very fair deal. You can't draw more than one card, but if you touch any of my stuff, I'm taking a card.
I have a feeling that there might be some value in that.
Yeah, pretty good for you, not good for the rest.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
natural unity is our conspiracy. And the monarch. Doo-doo! Commons. First uncommon is a public execution.
Quit looking at me.
Second uncommon is the illusion of choice.
Also,
Third uncommon is Beast Within. We just had this too. Seriously, it's weirding me out. I don't know why that is. And our rare is a Bird's Paradise.
oh, nice.
See, this is the peacock that everyone should be after. I don't even know if it's a peacock. It's flying. Can peacocks fly? See, I'm not very knowledgeable on that subject.
No.
And our conspiracy is assemble the rank and vile.
Why couldn't it be a foil Birds of Paradise? It's already colorful. Just make it foil.
It's true. Anything with rainbow colors would be good foil. Commons. First uncommon is Farika's Mender. Second uncommon is a Ghostly Prison. Third uncommon is a Gutter Snipe. And our rare is a Splitting Slime.
Booyah!
5 mana for a 3/3. It's an ooze creature. Has monstrosity for 6 mana, monstrosity 3. And when Splitting Slime becomes monstrous, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of Splitting Slime. The token has no counters and isn't monstrous.
I love oozes.
He gets big, and then he has a baby, and then the baby gets big, and it has a baby.
Love
Circle
oozes.
And a Summoner's Bond is our conspiracy. Best name for a comic. Garbage Fire.
Garbage Fire.
Never a name I thought I'd see in Magic the Gathering. Garbage Fire. First uncommon is Fang of the Pack.
I hope you get a foil Garbage Fire.
Second uncommon is Ghostly Prison.
What's the third one
It's
going to be? I
Gutter
wonder.
Snipe. Oh, wow.
Wow, what a surprise. I am so surprised.
This is a very weird thing. And our rare is Desertion. This has very cool art. It's 5 mana, instant, counter target spell. If an artifact or creature spell is countered this way, put that card onto the battlefield under your control instead of its owner's graveyard. First the insult, then the injury.
Generally how it works.
Adriana's Valor is our conspiracy. And the Monarch. Doo-doo. It's nice that they give us that Mr. Boopster-sized crown.
Except for the fact that...
It's a little big for him, but
gonna
he'll
say.
grow into it.
No, he won't. Unless, actually, he would if we boil him.
I think just putting him in water would cause the rice to grow, honestly. That's why washing him seemed impossible.
I love having an emergency food source on hand.
In a sock.
In a
A
sock.
dirty sock. First uncommon is a Rogue's Passage. Oops. Second uncommon is a Keepsake Gorgon. Our third uncommon is a Storm Chaser Chimera. And our rare is Forgotten Ancient. It's 4 mana 0/3. It's a creature elemental. Whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from Forgotten Ancient onto other creatures. Its blood is life. Its body is growth. Pretty good creature. Multiplayer. Everyone's casting spells, he's getting big, and then he pumps your team. And we got a foil Splitting Slime.
Yes!
The Splitting Slime becomes monster. Yeah, we've already read this. Splits. And apparently he makes foil versions. We've got a hired heist.
Nice job.
I mean, you know, he split up and then he hid in another pack.
Exactly. And we can now put him to mold him together, I should say.
First uncommon is Besmirch. Second uncommon is a Keepsake Gorgon. Which means that the third uncommon is a Storm Chaser Chimera, because we've seen this combo before.
Yeah, have you memorized this already? He's
I
crazy.
just remember the middle one, and then you just kind of follow it up.
He's crazy.
And our rare is a Regal Behemoth, which is, he's pretty regal looking. He's got some gold armor and fancy colors.
Ooh, very
He's
regal.
6 mana, 5/5 trample. And when he enters battlefield, you become the Monarch. And whenever you tap a land for mana while you're the Monarch, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
How many more times will he say the Monarch? The Monarch, the Monarch.
But it's not the card.
Aww.
Weight advantage. It's what Chubby's got. And his favorite thing, toughness, rather than his power. And a dragon.
How many monarchs can a monarch if a monarch doesn't monarch?
Yes.
Correct.
Commons. The fat guy that's losing his staff. It's funny art. First uncommon is a Public Execution.
Okay, you seriously need to stop glancing my way every time that happens.
Second uncommon is Into the Void. Third uncommon is an Overrun. And our rare is Hamlet Back Goliath. Creature, Giant Warrior, 7 mana, 6/6. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may put X +1/+1 counters on Hammelback Goliath, where X is that creature's power.
What?
He gets pretty big pretty fast.
I was gonna say,
he's
what?
pretty chubby, like, and he's got a town, like a hamlet on his back.
What?
So you know you're chubby when. And a natural unity. Any insect. Two. First uncommon is a Merfolk Sky Scout. Second uncommon is an Into the Void. Third uncommon is an Overrun. We've seen this combo in the last pack. And our rare is a Stunt Double. Everybody needs a Stunt Double.
Everybody does need a stunt double.
4 mana. It's a creature shapeshifter. It's got flash. And you may have Stunt Double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. So basically a strictly better clone because it has flash. And it's got cooler art.
Cool.
And our foil is a Menagerie Liberator.
Ooh. Fancy.
Adriana's Valor. And the Monarch. Doo-doo.
Your doo-doos are becoming much more lackluster.
Well, I mean, Mr. Booster's got the crown. You just can't take it away from him. You look at him in the eyes and you can't.
I don't even know where he's supposed to be looking is the problem.
He's just looking all over the place, Frosty. Jeez.
When that thing makes a decree, I don't know if it's telling or stating or what.
First uncommon is a Fang of the Pack. Second uncommon is a Spectral Grasp. Third uncommon is a Sulphurous Blast. And our rare is Berserk. It's a mythic. It's 1 mana instant. Cast Berserk only before the combat damage step. Target creature gains trample and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power. At the beginning of the next end step, destroy that creature if it attacked this turn.
Nice.
Very good multiplayer card. Very good in Infect otherwise. Very expensive too. Happy to open that. And assemble the Rank and File. And Spirit.
Third last pack, I think.
Good old Berserk.
Okay, now I legitimately can't tell. Okay, not third last pack.
Commons. Guard Hound. Spectre Grasp was our second uncommon. I think we know where this is going because we just seen this. It's a Sulphurous Blast.
Surprise, surprise. What a coincidence.
And our rare is...
A blob.
Nope. Gratuitous Violence. Sounds like my
Stop
kind of
looking at me.
Enchantment. 3 red, 2 colorless. If a creature you control would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I mean, that man has a mace as a hand. And the other guy has a flaming spear. Oh my god, yes.
I don't even.
An Incendiary Descent. Yeah. Wouldn't you want to replace one of your limbs with a flaming spear? Doesn't that sound like fun?
Not really, because eventually the flaming spear would run low. I'd rather take the mace.
It's true. Probably also melt you due to the heat.
Small backs.
Small downside.
Small downside.
First uncommon is Besmirch. Second uncommon is a Gruul War Chant. Third uncommon is a Rune Servitor. And our rare is Burgeoning. It's 1 green. It's an enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a land, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. It's a good way to get in head.
Yeah, I can see it.
And a Hired Heist.
Lots of hired heists lately.
4-player game, you could have, 5 mana on your second turn. It's pretty potent. Commons. First uncommon is a Shipwrecked Singer. Second uncommon is a Gruul War Chant.
Boobster.
The third uncommon is a Rune Servitor. And our rare is Faith's Reward. Your faith, Mr. Roopster, has returned faith.
Booyah!
So, 4 mana, it's an instant. Return to the battlefield all permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
Oh, for this turn I was gonna say, what?
Also known as the card that made eggs. One of the cards. It's not Second Sunrise, which was 1 mana cheaper, but still a disgusting card or deck when you can spend, half an hour on a single turn. And our conspiracy is a rare. It's Emissary's Ploy. Before you start drawing your opening hand, you may choose 1, 2, or 3.
2.
You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast creature spells with a converted mana cost equal to the chosen number.
1.
You just want to put birds in your mono blue deck? Is that what you want? The Monarch. Doo-doo.
You've kind of ruined the entire stack that you have building, in that general direction by putting the Monarch over there.
It'll be fine.
You monster.
A Mnemonic Wall. I don't know why I said a common name. We don't need that. It's Garbage Fire. There's another one. First uncommon is a Spire Phantasm. Second uncommon is a Manaplasm. I believe this used to be a rare. Got a bit of a downgrade. Third uncommon is a Diabolic Tutor. And our rare is Throne of the High City. To land, taps for 1 colorless mana. And you can pay 4 generic and tap and sacrifice the Throne of the High City. And you become the Monarch. Shining symbol of Paliano's true ruler. Ambition.
Ambition.
And our conspiracy is an Echoing Boon. The last pack. We have not opened a Planeswalker. I'm slightly disappointed by this. I mean, we opened a Berserk.
Huh.
But yeah, we haven't opened one of the Planeswalkers yet. Here's hoping.
Skip. Planeswalker. Forget the uncommons.
Mausoleum Turnkey.
Forget the suspense. Oh, man, I had the turnkey.
Manaplasm. We've seen this. It's Diabolic Tutor. They're like in order. And our rare
Is a planeswalker.
is
Not a planeswalker.
it's multicolor.
Is a planeswalker.
It's
Not a planeswalker.
Adriana, Captain of the Guard. Legendary creature, Human Knight for 5 mana, red and white. It's got melee, and other creatures you control have melee, which is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat. So the more people you attack, the stronger your army is.
With fists.
Natural Unity. A beast.
And a beast.
So yeah, there was a conspiracy. We didn't open Planeswalker. We opened Berserk.
This is mine.
Let's take the crown.
Don't know
That
why.
looks silly on you.
Don't know why I'm putting it on my head when I have no intention of showing it off.
Mr. Boopser got you took his crown. Now he's all sad.
Yes, win.
So I don't know how much value we actually opened. I know Berserk, but I'm not really sure on the prices of the rest of the stuff. But that was Conspiracy. And we'll see you all next time.
Hooray!
Bye.
See ya.